Hello, and welcome to the Last Remnant. We're on Disc 2, we're in Athlone. This is where it spits you out right here, with a whole lot nothing else going on. Anyway, let's have a chat with people, because stuff happened. Duke of Gore's doing good work. Something about 4-strand, apparently. An unknown remnant. So we're gonna head to this place to get a new remnant for Athlone then. Okay. And by not waste any time, surely he means wander around town for a little bit, right? I don't actually know what psionics is. But no. Hexes. For her... Yeah. We'll put yeah. We'll put some hexes on her, Ring of the Patient Ear. I think this is all stuff that I wasn't necessarily going to be using. Heavy metal. So Pegasus is a fan of heavy metal. I once again am mashing the A button and accidentally went into a place that I didn't want to go into. God dang it. Oh, for God's sake, you people and your desire for everything. Stop it. We know how to get meteorite, so we could technically run off and get meteorite at some point, but for now, we're gonna have an adventure. So if you've forgotten, any and all side... that was a weird pronunciation of that. Any and all side quests that you did not complete prior to defeating the bosses and going through all that bollocks and the aqueducts and all that are now gone. If you didn't do them, you can't do them. For the places that are non-missable but optional, you can still unlock those by just going to a certain person and they'll just give you the key or whatever that would otherwise unlock it. The other thing is that we should have a whole bunch more people possible to recruit. And also apparently those are done. Imp Weekly. It's the first magazine we've actually gotten. Or whatever those are called in this game, I don't know. The first weekly we've gotten. And no, it's not like MMO Weekly where you can do it once a week. It changes, or adds to, I guess, the drops that a certain enemy type or monster type can actually give, so... good to have all of those, because it allows for farming materials in a much easier fashion. Here's this scar from Valeria art. I'm glad they filled it in with dirt. It's a fairly empty town without that giant sword, I'm gonna be honest here. I'm just gonna look at this dude, we're not gonna employ anyone. Because at this point, on the PC version, you may as well just employ leaders, but if you're running on... that's actually really good. Herbs plus 2 is actually really good too. Buy one of those. We will not equip it, we'll buy it. If you're running on 360, you're gonna need to recruit generic soldiers because you have a maximum number of leaders that you can use. Wow, that's expensive. Is there anything we have to sell captured monsters? We have a couple, apparently. Not much, but a few. Will do for now. Check the last area of town, and then we're probably going to immediately head out to the place that they want us to head out instead of exploring all the other towns and seeing who's for hire and whatnot. Although, it's not necessarily a bad idea. People seem to have a lot better gear for sale now as well. Probably not going to be buying anything or crafting anything. I don't think we need to top up on any items because we have 1 million. Hello, sir. Probably create new equipment for me. We still can't make this because I don't have any Imperium and I don't know where to get most of the stuff required to get that, although at this point we could probably get it, find out where and get it. You have anything new for me? There's still the Sword of the Seven, which we don't use swords, so that's not a thing we'll be using. It's kind of a New Game Plus thing anyway, I think. It requires 1 billion blueprint 3s, so that should probably hint at how difficult it is to make. There's so much miscellaneous stuff here that I want. I want this idol belt, not for me. I want that for... what's his face for McGee dude, because he uses power grip dual wield fairly frequently. These are pretty good because it increases your defense crit. This is good because mystic extra hit. There's so many things I desire to craft from this menu, but I can't make them. Make a Giga Spear though. A Giga. If I so desired, I suppose. But I don't. What do you have for sale, sir? For sale. A belt. Alright. Guess he didn't claim to be a fancy shop. He sells belts. Not terribly excited for that man's belts, but there's Fornstrand apparently. I like how it still says new for some places even though I've technically been there. It says new on the 5th path, but I'm pretty sure we went through there, and the 4th path for that matter. Either way, let's head to Fornstrand, because it is where this story directs us. And I don't have much reason to go anywhere else currently, so it's kind of an ominous looking area. Ominous sounding music. Seriously, this place is just... it's ominous. There's a treasure chest over there, so I'm excited. That's all you need to get me excited is a chest of some description. Let's see how tough these enemies are. We are on a new... blarg. We are on a new disc, so it's possible there's a difficulty spike, but because it's right after those fights, I suspect it's not going to be very different from what was actually already going on in those fights. That'll do, I suppose.
Finish them off. Just like that.
They do actually seem to be stronger than the enemies that we were facing. I don't know by how much, but they seem to have quite a lot of health. Somehow we raid locked it. Oh, they still do that thing where they just stand there like idiots for some reason. So they have at least 10k, it looks like. Yeah, 12k probably? Probably about 12,000 health for a group of 4. That's actually quite a lot. We've been deadlocked. We've locked. We didn't do anything else. We did, however, attack them from the flank and max out our morale. To 12k with basic attacks and they weren't even done yet.
This is our big chance.
Apparently you can finish with Omni Strike for whatever reasons. I mean, if he wants to use Omni Strike, I'm not going to say no to him. These guys don't have enough health for poison to actually be very good, sadly. Poison's mostly good on either just the base damage from the AoE on a big group or like big health, small union enemies. Poison does really well against.
That takes care of them.
Assuming, of course, they're not immune to it, which they could be. We didn't even get to use Omni Strike.
Sweet. I feel stronger
Legendary
than before.
healer. Look at the stat growth, good god. So we got a captured giant armor shell that gives us something purple. I don't have any idea what any of these things are actually useful for. Nothing I craft ever seems to actually use these items, but it is purple. That's all I ask.
Let's do this.
We're gonna tag 3 because I'm probably insane. I'm not sure though. Being insane and whatnot, I have no idea. Can we get like a caustic blast out of you? No, you just want a permafrost? Alright. You want to use Eclipse. That's not going to do very good. We can Snare Shot. Probably also not going to do very good. But hey, who am I to say?
We shall stop them here.
It's not like we have very good options otherwise. Jumping Press.
Do you require assistance?
That is an AoE. That was the wrong button entirely. Jumping Press is an AoE if you couldn't tell. And he dodged it. Well, good use of items, that. It's a very tiny one though, very tiny AoE, so it's usually not too much of an issue unless you have a bunch of people piled up on a single enemy. At which point the single enemy shows up and he's like, oh, what you doing? And he crushes like 16 people despite being a very tiny crab thing. Which have remarkably high block chances. And remarkably high health. Not necessarily remarkably high defense though. I don't think enemies in this game actually have defense. Maybe they do. We seem to do effectively the same damage. Ow. We seem to do effectively the same damage, regardless of what we attack here. Really don't want you to just do that, so... hang in there! Try not to get hit before you actually get an attack off, because that would be very unfortunate. Kind of like what happened to Rush's group here, except they're not almost dead, so they can actually soak the damage. Whereas the other union has like 20 health, so... I wish that had killed them. I wish that had killed them. But instead, we'll have to do this bollocks. Thankfully, we didn't have to blow AP on Dragon's Flight yet. They're not going to live through that. Oh, maybe they will. I didn't realize he was using such a high level restorative herb there. They may actually kill them as well, depending on what this guy does. Oh, there you go. Apparently it didn't matter what he did.
They're flanking us?
Apparently they're also flanking us. They're also going to kill that union, so rip. We were killed by trash. This is most unfortuitous. They're just gonna get intercepted if I tell them to revive them, so we should have both of them attack a union. Still don't understand how you can get criticals on freaking poison gas and stuff like that. But you can't get criticals on healing abilities. It's very annoying. It's also time for a clobbering. Is this the group I told to... well, it doesn't matter because they're going to kill him. It's not also not the group I told to play by ear. I think that was the last one. Which worked suitably well.
I hope I've grown stronger than before.
He's learned permafrost.
This is just the beginning.
Hooray. And you're still soaking up Mystic Fiend horns for whatever reason. You people and your purple stuff. All the purple stuff that's given me. Which I have no idea what to use for.
Okay, later.
Can I go this way? I have to go around. For some reason, there's weird dog things over there. We'll fight the weird dog things in a second. We may actually be fighting the weird dog things a bit sooner than I anticipated here. Or maybe not. That guy just won't aggro. Never mind. Maelstrom. Don't know how to use it. Very ominously shadowy suddenly. Is there actually like dynamic cloud lighting or what? I have my doubts that there's dynamic cloud lighting. I think it's just like, it does lighting. That's what it does. That's what it will always do. I think there's 4 dogs? No, there's 3 dogs over here. 3 dog-like creatures. I call basically everything that looks like this a dog. Even though none of them are technically dogs. But whatever. You lot. I would like you to do something that isn't permafrost, but you've decided you don't want to do something that isn't permafrost. Specifically... balls. I wanted him to use Caustic Blast on something over there, but since he refuses to, I guess we'll just do it this way. He'll probably get raid locked. You really shouldn't do attack from afar unless it's safe, because there's a remarkably high chance that you're going to get raid locked doing that. Also, they didn't kill that union, which sucks. And somehow they ran past my unions to attack them in the flank. Twice. That's a remarkably poor sign. The plus side, it means they didn't attack him, but, you know, whoop-de-doo. What good is that going to do? Who knows? I guess it did let him get his attack off without ruining quite so much of our morale, since that's much worse than flanking. Although they would have ended up doing more damage had they been raid locked, but whatever. You hit that one.
That's the way.
That's the way, apparently. That's the way you shake it.
Keep it
Something.
together.
That's the way you do it.
Hey there.
Something. I don't actually remember how that goes in the slightest, apparently. Which is a bit disappointing, if I'm going to be honest here. We need a lot better restorative herbs
Guys,
on a
let's
lot
go
of these
inside.
people.
Get ready.
Can you stop being so speedy? I realize you're a dog-like creature, but good lord, your speed is way too high. On the plus side, when David hits them with that sword, it does a lot of damage.
Run them through.
When everyone else hits them with a sword or something, it does basically nothing, which is a bit disappointing.
There's still plenty of power
Master
left in
Mystic
these old
Knight.
bones.
More captured stuff. Anything purple out of it? Hey, purple. Seems like everything's giving me purple stuff now. There's a dig point here though, so we'll do a few digs at least. See what we can get here, if anything. Also, that'll happen.
Awesome.
So we can get true silver here. I think somebody needed true silver for ages. Reprocessed metal and gold ore I've not even seen or heard of from anyone. The loot chances, good
All
lord.
right. Awesome.
One more dig, maybe. Nothing. Alright. Oh, he leveled up though. Expert power! Hooray! Did he actually get anything useful out of that? No, he didn't. God dang it. It's alright. He will naturally, eventually, level up to cap and he'll have ridiculous skills and will be able to harvest resources like nobody's business. Oh god, hello. I saw the shadow and then suddenly this dude shows up. Are you like a rare of some description, my friend? You're
Do
green.
this.
That probably means I shouldn't be
Let's
fighting
do
you.
this.
That camera angle. I thought we tagged him, but apparently he was too high up. Or maybe slightly too far away. So it is a rare monster. We shouldn't be here, if you're curious on how this works. That music. Also, we should not be fighting him with everybody, so... You guys stay on your toes for now. You guys... Play it by ear? Play it by ear.
Come on.
Because this
finish them
appears to be
off.
one of them there creatures that does curse, yep, on the first turn. We're gonna lose this fight, I'm pretty sure. So, you know, just a bit of a heads up, this is probably gonna be a gigantic waste of time. Unless we can poison it, that'd be great. We probably can't though, and considering it's a rare, it probably purges it every turn. So if it behaves like every other creature of its type, except for that one that we fought before,
Size isn't everything.
it should not. You guys could just keep attacking from afar for now. It should not do curse anymore. That should be the end of its cursing for a while. Oh my lord, he just killed that dude. I don't know how I feel about that. He did like he did 1500 damage to that one dude with a normal attack. Oops, I have a suspicion that if he happens to use anything that isn't a normal attack, we're gonna have a really bad day. He dodges over here.
Strong.
Oh hey, we're gonna do blackout apparently. Which would be more useful if it was multiple enemies, but whatever. That probably did less damage than what they were gonna do anyway. Play by ear. Do that. Also play it by ear. Ow. I hate when he does double time when I do play it by ear because it's really not that useful anymore. In fact, I was doing play it by ear to avoid double time. Amazingly, she hasn't died yet. Amazingly, nobody seems to have died yet. Oh, there we go, from curse is what I was going to add to that. But hey, Surefire's getting hurt, by the way. Didn't actually do anything, so hooray! We should actually have... Well... Is there any reason to have anyone out of deadlock right now? I don't think there is. We could get people out of deadlock and use something like Ex Machina or Omni Strike or something, but Omni Strike is better than Ex Machina in this case. Ex Machina is not going to do that much. Then again, considering he keeps using stuff like Caustic Blast on a single enemy, I'm not sure how helpful that is. Hey, he's already using Mana Well, which means he's going to start nuking us with AoEs. If he has any, which I suspect he does. It does. I also suspect it has well over 100,000 health, so we're nowhere near killing it still. Yep, there's the AoEs coming out, so GG. We can handle these enemies when they don't have these AoEs, but once they get AoEs, it's over. It's also no escaping from battle, which kind of sucks because I didn't save, or I didn't get any saves, I don't think, after doing that digging. And we got some decent loops out of that, so. Play it by ear. Hang in there. Half of you are dead, but you can still use quite a lot of AP in a single turn, apparently.
Here I go.
Maybe I should stop healing and just die. Because I really don't think we're going to be able to kill this thing. A single decent breath attack is going to ruin a lot of people. It's not been doing a very good job of its breath attacks so far, but it wouldn't take very much for it to kill us.
Don't underestimate them. Be careful.
This is going to be the longest fight in the world. We should probably revive the other people in the Union there. If that's physically possible, because, you know, it's been a while that they've been dead. Paralyzed and poison gas, that'd be nice to try and get those going. No one wants to revive them though, because, you know, the Union is still alive and not afflicted by some sort of disease, so they're just gonna leave them, which is a bit stupid. That does so little damage, it makes me sad. It resisted the poison, which probably means it's going to resist the paralyze as well. Which is unfortunate. Poison on these enemies like this would be amazing because they have so much raw health anyway.
Steady there.
You know, I forgot I have that summon. Maybe we could break deadlock on Rush and try and get this summon to spawn, to trigger. That would increase our damage quite a bit because it would allow someone to flank. Either one of my unions or the summon would be able to flank the enemy here. Also, Paralyze does actually work, so hooray! You still don't want to revive anyone because you're a piece of garbage. I want you to break deadlock. I can't get you to do anything that would break deadlock. God dang it. That's all I want, is for somebody to break deadlock, but I can't make them break deadlock. Because there's not somebody else to target on the battlefield. So I have to wait for an action to come up that would force them to break deadlock to do something like a revive, but the other union apparently refuses to die despite most of them already being dead. Most of them already meet that requirement. I almost messed that up. I wonder how much health it does actually have. I wish you could see the health of bosses and rare monsters. Just like not how much damage you've done on the bar, just show the HP. That'd be nice. So I could at least kind of try and make an estimate here of just how long this dude's gonna be freaking punching us in the face here. Play it by ear. Play it by ear. I think everyone's playing it by ear now. Because we can't get decent commands, so we're just gonna play it by ear, and these guys will figure it out themselves. Nice block. Well, it was gonna be a dodge, but no. Oh, someone pointed out that block is blackout. Hey, there's the revive, finally. Block is blackout and dodge is counter, so that's the thing. I'm still gonna constantly be like, please counter and stuff like that, because, you know, counter and stuff like that. Hopefully this white breath doesn't hit everyone, because at this point I'm now invested in this fight. It did. If you're curious, it basically wrecked a whole bunch of people's faces there. You broke that because, yeah, you went to heal someone. Play it by ear. Hang in there. Actually, have her break deadlock and heal.
Be sorry.
That also means if we get critical triggers, it means we'll always counter when Omni strikes up because it's evasion, I think. I think it's evade, it might be block though. Might just be both, randomly. Oh my god, it's in critical. This is more than I anticipated being capable of doing, if I'm going to be honest. However, we've run into this here problem where it's using white breath again. And Emmy's Union is not healed. Ooh, this is why I dislike white breath, because all it takes is one decent white breath and it screws you over. Please revitalize the other Union. Oh, come on, they're like right there. They're so close. Alright, well. Play it by ear. Get your HP up. I could have them stay out of... Let's have them stay out of deadlock for another turn here. Block? Oh well. At least she didn't die. Those things make just terrible screeching sounds. Good lord. How did they get the freaking audio for these enemies? That kind of screeching. What did they manage? What did they do? Do I want to know what they did to get that? I think it's gonna curse again soon. I could be mistaken on the, like, rotation on it cursing a second time, but... I think it curses a second time, I could be mistaken. Either way, poison gas does nothing. Paralyzed gas, however, does something, so try and do that for me. 101. I wanted her to use her special, but she may not actually have it yet. So we could do this or this. That gives paralyzed gas again. And do that one. Theoretically, Rush's group should handle the paralyzed if they don't screw up horribly, but considering it's Rush's group, they're probably going to screw up horribly. Whoops. Oh no, they actually got it. Well done, team. So that means he shouldn't, unless I'm mistaken, shouldn't be able to use anything other than basic attacks, and sometimes his basic attacks should fail. Unless his other abilities are magic, in which case you need to silence them, but I don't think they're magic, I think they're physical arts. Could be mistaken. Again, oh, with Blackout 2. I'm glad you're learning Blackout and stuff, but this is not the fight to be using it on. I guess Blackout 2 actually does pretty good damage. Blackout 5 does amazing damage if you can't figure out how that scales, by the way. Let's keep your HP up. Keep your HP up. I believe that'll do. I believe that'll do, pig. I believe that'll do. Maybe we should have tried to paralyze it again. If we had the option. Yep, there's the white breath that I wanted to avoid entirely. And there's a lot of people directly underneath him, which means he's gonna hit quite a few here. Ooh, Emmy. Oh, Emmy. Emmy, why? I needed you, Emmy. If he does another White Breath, okay. I was gonna say, if he does another White Breath, he's gonna at the very least kill Rush's group. It's entirely possible he could have ended up killing David's group as well. Come on, he's been critical for so long. We've got to be getting pretty close here at this point. Kind of wishing I hadn't gone through this whole shebang there, but... you guys do that. You guys bring them back. Nice dodge. Nice counter. Talisman's gift makes us immune to 1 physical attack per person, so... If someone hits Rush twice, the second one will do damage to them, but if they split their damage amongst the entirety of the party, then it won't do any damage. I don't know how long protection lasts, either. Just as a bit of a heads up there, I have literally no idea. Vivification Herb 3 is amazing, though. I don't even need to heal them after I revive them, because it revives them with so much health. Alrighty. So they still have protection. So they should be alright. That also, I believe, includes White Breath, because it's physical art. Let's see... Do that one, sure. Let's nuke as much damage as we can this turn. There's the resist on that guy. It should mean Rush's troop shouldn't take very much damage this turn, even if he does a White Breath. It's dead anyway, apparently, so it's irrelevant. We did it, guys! Hooray!
I feel stronger than before. Stuff, huh?
Paralyzed Gas 2, Restore 4, Blackout 2,
Glorious day.
Quadrile,
Just the beginning.
Refresh, Dragon's Flight, Eye Cream 3. Wow, we learned a lot of abilities. And we captured it. Captured Seething Wind gives us a bunch of remarkably rare stuff despite the fact that it's white. Now the question is, do I split it or do I sell it? We're gonna keep it. We'll sell that.